Lech Premium Lager.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. Got a can of this stuff from round the corner. To be honest, I haven't got high hopes for it, but I'm going to give it a fair and honest review. This is a can of Lech, or Lech as it's pronounced in Poland. It is a pale lager, as they say, brewed with a refreshing taste from 3 ingredients according to the recipe of Lech Breweries from Greater Poland. They have it listed on the side as water, barley malt and hops, but there's yeast in there as well, so it's 4 technically. I remember a Polish fella years ago telling me this was probably one of the worst ones that they produce in Poland. It's quite widely available in the UK. I imagine there's shops up and down the country selling this. You can certainly get it in most of the supermarkets and all that. As I say, I haven't got high hopes for it, but I'm going to give it an honest review. Let's see what's in the can. Faint bitterness, and not a lot else. That doesn't smell inspiring. Let's get it in the glass and see what's going on. Now, I've tried a couple from Poland before. 2 of the widely known ones, Żywiec and Tiskia. To be honest, they weren't that great. Well, there it is in the glass. It's straw coloured, loads of carbonation in that. I mean, that's fucking going for it, that is. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is a load in there. Head, sort of half finger head. There it goes into the glass. Now, these are based in a place in Poland called Poznan, and they got in trouble because they had an advertising campaign about 10 years ago. Yeah, it was 10 years ago, and it was cold Lech, but it could be pronounced as, or translated as, a cold body, as in somebody's cold dead body, and that was the mayor who was buried the same year. So, you know, a bit controversial. They got a lot of shit for that, and they curtailed the advertising campaign. But they're a huge brewery, and they're quite new. I think 1975 I think they were formed, and they have the capacity. They've got a capacity to brew a hell of a lot of beer there, and they've chosen to do this. So let's see what's on the nose. Again, faint lemon citrus, slight malt on that. Not really inspiring. Let's get it down the hatch. I could be eating my words. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. There's a sweetness to that that's coming from the malt, and it does taste like a sort of, I don't know, like a sweet Pilsner malt or a Munich lager malt, which, I mean, it doesn't taste that bad. I've tasted a hell of a lot worse, believe me. It says that there's 11% extract in there. I'm assuming they mean hop extract, which, you know, hop extract is quite common. It's used quite a lot in the brewing process by a lot of breweries now because it's cheaper. As I say, this is 5% ABV, so which is, you know, it's standard It's got a thing on the side there, don't know if you can see it, saying "Don't drink and drive" in English. Very true, very good. I think I think they do actually. I think they all have "Don't drink and drive" on the side of the cans. It's got some other gumph on the side. And that's about it, that's all I can say about the can. In the glass. It's actually not bad. The malts there's nice sweet malt on that, as I say, which is reminding me slightly, not a great deal, but slightly of Bavarian Pilsner malt. It's okay. I mean, this is cold, it's come out of the fridge. It's drinkable and nothing else. It's certainly better than the Perwa that I've tried. It's better than the Tiskia. It's sort of on a par with the Żywiec, which I thought was the best of the bunch so far. I've seen some reviews on this, and it gets panned quite a lot, but I'm not really getting that. It's a reasonably pleasant beer. Twat. Yeah, not bad. As I say, nothing special. Doesn't do anything out of the ordinary. Doesn't upset me. Doesn't want to get me angry. I think this was £1.20 a can. It's reasonable. Well, would I go out of my way to buy it? Probably not. But if it was available, you know, if I went to someone's house and that's all they had, I could quite easily drink this. There's nothing in there that's making me want to not drink it. And as I say, this is quite popular. This flies out the shop. There's a few Poles that live around here, and hence the reason there's a lot of Polish beer in the shops. And this stuff flies out the shop. So, you know, I'm not sort of accounting for anyone's taste or anything like that, but it's popular. Doesn't necessarily make it, you know, any better. You know, Foster's is popular, and that is a pile of shit. I should review that, or should I? I would probably end up looking like Hitler at the end of that film Downfall. Do you remember him when he goes into his rant? Yeah, to be honest, you know, I know I'm joking about it, but I do debate, you know, because of this coronavirus shit. I'm trying not to go to the supermarket. I've probably got to go there tomorrow, and I've just found out that my Beers of Europe order has been cancelled as well because of this COVID-19. You know, I'm not knocking them at all. It's the responsible thing to do. I mean, at the end of the day, fucking hell, this is bigger than any beer. You know, this shit that's happening, and you know, the safety and welfare of, you know, people who are working, it comes before, you know, any of our selfish needs. I mean, fucking hell. I see that little Welsh fella. What's he? I can't. The Real Ale craft beer, and he was ranting and raving about. Was it Robert Peston going on about, you know, is it ever essential to go to pubs? Yeah, pubs are important, but this is far bigger than any of that, you know. And he was proper ranting and raving, and then I just thought, fucking calm down, mate, Jesus, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get back to this beer. Yep, so it's not bad. There is definitely worse out there. It's, you know, if you drink this cold, it's going to taste reasonably good. On a hot day, you know, summer's coming up, if we're allowed out, you know, that'll go down quite well. If you want a budget, it's a reasonably good lager. I'd recommend this over Foster's and Heineken and all that other shit. Yeah, what can I say? I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10. That might sound a bit harsh, but it's not that great, but it's not doing anything wrong, so it's just in the middle. Would I recommend it? Yeah, as I say, if you're on a budget or you've got, you know, a barbecue coming up and they're doing these on special offer. I think a lot of supermarkets do these on special offer, and sometimes around the corner shop I see 4 for £3 something. Can't go wrong with that. So yeah, give it a go. And remember, beer is working class champagne.